Welcome to Audrey's world.
Hello. Hi. It's me. It's Oddrey here. Welcome to Audrey's world. I hope all of you are doing well today. I hope you can just enjoy this episode. Maybe turn off your brain a little bit. This could be a little reprieve from the day or just a little something different for you to spice up whatever's going on. Spice up those chores you're doing. Spice up that car ride. Spice up that walk, that workout, whatever you could be doing. So, hi. It's me. I have a very fun conversation for you to tune into today. It is with the one and only Gage Schultz. Woo! Clap, cheer, clap. Welcome, Gage, to the Audrey's World guest list. What an honor. What a pristine, exclusive list. Just kidding. But it was so fun to have Gage on today. If you were wondering where that fantastic intro song that you just heard came from, it's from his brain. It's Gage. It's from Gage. So that was really cool. We talk about the creation of the Audrey's World intro song today. We get into McDonald's. It's a hot topic. Growing up on the Cape, creating music, and how our lives crossed. And our friend group, our love for experiences, our love for being there for our community and people, and how lucky it is to be able to have that. So those are some of the key themes of today's episode. So if you are down for that, incredible. Let's lock in for today's episode. So cozy on up, whatever you're doing, lock in, turn the volume up, and let's get into the episode. I am fueled up, just like I got the video of you this morning.
Nice. Yeah,
And
we
ready
just
to
had
go.
some coffee frappes and such in Fort Thomas. It was awesome.
How far away is that from you?
It's only 10 minutes. Just walked the neighborhood, so it was
Cute.
yeah. Just curious, what's your setup like there? So are you just in your apartment and that's the actual background?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And this is where I work too. So this is my work background. So if anyone ever from work catches me, they haven't seen any more of my house. This is all that they get to see.
I know. I'm typically right here if I do the occasional work from home day and people are like, "Oh, are you from Brazil?" Or I'm like,
Yeah.
"No,
Why do you have that back there?
I went there once when I was a kid, when I was going in between 8th grade and 9th grade. I went and played in a soccer tournament in Brazil, and my bag was absolutely packed. I had to bring 15 days worth of clothes, so I didn't really have room to bring much back. So that thing folded up into a little square, and that was the one thing I brought back. And then there's the ping
Wow.
pong table, so
Oh,
you
for
know
sure.
that's a staple.
Table tennis. It's how I got to know you, I feel like.
I know. I
How
know.
many
Table
days a
tennis
week do you
Tuesday.
rip it?
Not enough,
Not
honestly.
enough.
I feel like it was my first big thing that I wanted in the house when we moved here. So we moved into this house 6 years ago now, which is insane. And
Yeah.
that was the one thing I wanted before a couch, before a second bed was let's get the ping
I
pong table.
remember.
So yeah, we got that in, but it only got a lot of use during COVID.
Mhm.
So I mean, Lauren really didn't play much ping pong, and so we did some practicing here, and then I get the occasional person that rolls through the house that's like, all right, let's play some ping pong. But there aren't a
Mhm.
lot of high level matches that go on like there were in college back at 2K9. I mean, those were serious with the ping pong brackets and darts. I mean, I think Nick just sent me a video on Snapchat a couple weeks ago of him Cam holding whatever. I don't know if they were shooting darts through Cheez-Its or beer
Beer.
cans. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It was anything that they could think of, they were trying to throw darts at.
I would honestly, I'm still shocked there was no ambulance called or emergency, us shoveling a bloody body into one of our cars to take it to the ER. It is impressive that that never happened, all things considered.
I know. No,
Like,
so there aren't any table tennis Tuesdays that go on here, but maybe in the future. Who knows?
yeah, it's funny that you say that that was one of the first pieces in your house because I have a faint memory of that. And I mean, Lauren is a saint for so many reasons, but Gage, I would have ripped your head off if I were Lauren. No, we need a couch, we need a kitchen table, we need a bed, we need sheets, we need plates. I don't know. And you're like, no, this is the staple of our home.
The hard part is it takes up like dang near the whole room, so it really is referred to as the ping pong room, even though there's minimal ping pong played here. I mean, she's on the Peloton every day,
Yeah,
so like it totally gets like this room gets used, but it's just that little section
just a
there. Yeah,
little corner that you can. That's so funny. Gage, I have to ask you,
yeah.
what brought you to Instagram in 2026?
Oh
Didn't
my,
have it before,
I
or
know.
was it maybe late 2025?
No, I felt like I was so late to like. So I was like an original on Facebook. I even had a MySpace way back in the day. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, eighth grade I had a MySpace. I thought it was awesome. Eighth grade I think I also got like Facebook. So then I just had that riding with me forever. Snapchat late to the game also. Twitter late to the game, not really on there anymore. And then Instagram, I don't know. I feel like I would see all these posts on Facebook and it's just like linked to people's Instagrams and I'm like after a while, all right, if people just post on Instagram, it'd be nice to keep up with my friends. I
Hmm.
mean, most of the stuff on Facebook is just like reposts or I don't know.
Not original
It's crazy.
content.
Yeah, whereas like I would say a good portion of our friends, they do post like somewhat daily or weekly updates, even if it's like is an Instagram story or a reel or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Yeah, so I mean people you can kind of keep up with people that way. That's why I liked Facebook was just to, I know there's so many people doing all their different things, but if I ran into them, I could be like, "Hey, what's going on with this or that?" Like I had a little glimpse into what was going on with them and it was at least a conversation starter. So I felt like with Instagram, it was like people are actually kind of keeping up here. So I
Hmm.
just wanted to, I don't know what was going on with people. I mean, I like taking photos. I'm not the greatest at it. I like, I like looking at everyone's holiday photos or
Yeah.
whatever they have going on, but I still have a tough time posting. I don't know, like I'm down to
Yeah.
like stuff and comment here and there. Um, but like, I don't know. I have a tough time saying, okay, I'm just gonna make posts regularly. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
everybody feels that way. I know some people it's like, it's led to careers and all kinds of different great things and exposure and social media marketing is a huge deal, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I just am really using it to keep up with some friends,
Yeah.
send funny videos to each other, things like that.
Yeah,
I felt like I was just a little left out and behind on it, and
for
I wanted
sure.
to see what some posts were because someone would be like, "Oh, did you see this or that on Instagram?" I'd be like, "No," but now I can just find most of those things or people share those videos, and then I'm like looped in. So it wasn't
Yeah.
anything crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I get it. My Instagram got hacked in like 2021. So I didn't have it for maybe 2 years or something. And then similar to, I just felt like I had no idea what was going on in my friends' lives. Like I would text them or whatever, but I was like, "You just went to Florida?" Like what? Or they would have these trips or do these things, and I was like, I had no idea. Like, I feel like I don't know what's happening in any of my friends' lives. So that was kind of my initial like step back into Instagram. But I was always obsessed with TikTok during that time. So I was still, scrolling away, rotting my brain away. But yeah, you do see so much of day to day life or just like little updates and things that you don't always hear about in a phone call, a text, like something like that. So I get
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's just a little glimpse for some people, and I know it's hard. Like some people, it's all the good things or whatever, or sometimes it's when a major bad thing happens. But
Hmm.
it is nice to just feel like you saw something and you can reach out to somebody if you haven't in a while. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But posting, I mean, that's like fair. I did not post on TikTok forever, but with Instagram, like, I mean, in high school, college, when it first came around, you would post like pictures of your freaking like juice or like your breakfast and be like fueling up or I don't know, like it would just be so unhinged, but like it didn't matter. And
Yeah,
now posting is so different. So that's an interesting take. I did not think of that. Do you have a post or two, three?
yeah. I
Any?
think like a Christmas post or yeah, a couple
Yeah.
Christmas posts. I've done like a story maybe once or twice, like golfing, but
Big.
I don't know. Like I'm definitely not. I'm not regularly throwing the updates out there. But I also just don't take as many photos like all the time. Like I
Yeah.
just I don't know. but I do love looking at them and commenting or interacting. You know,
Yeah.
it's certainly fun. I still haven't jumped on the TikTok train. I
Oh.
mean, the first time I feel like I heard about TikTok actually was when you and Lo lived down in that apartment, and I feel like
Hmm.
it was Jenna had like
Hmm.
some crazy TikTok dance going, and I was like,
Hmm.
"What is that?" And then she showed us like
Yeah.
her TikTok dances. I was like, "Okay, this is gonna take off. Like, this is cool." But I still never downloaded it. I mean, it's the same thing. Who knows? I'll probably get TikTok in another 5 years. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Now it's like huge everyday life.
Yeah, I mean,
Wild.
I love seeing like what songs people pick for Instagram posts, and it'll get me to like
Yeah.
think of like a new song or something like that. Around the holidays, you'll find out what some people's favorite Christmas song is, or just the vibes that they're putting with their business or whatever that may be. Like, I have so much fun just like turning the volume up and jamming out. I mean, literally this morning there was Monica Bower, it was her
Yeah.
birthday yesterday, and her husband Brett he posts this photo and then the song in the background is "It's your birthday, it's your," and then I'm like, all right, Lo, like film me, like we're recreating this and we're gonna send it to her because it was her birthday yesterday. I'm like, it's your birthday, like
Oh
so.
my
I don't
God.
know, you can catch a vibe off of those videos like
Yeah.
any moment in time, and then you sit there sing them all week.
I
So
love it.
I don't know, it's fun.
Okay, it's so fun. Like you're creative. Like I would never do something like that where it's like, "Hey, let's recreate this." And I love that you've always kind of done it for your friends, I feel like you'll maybe show them that side, be a little goofier. But Paige, you could totally post something like that. You just did a TikTok or Instagram post just with that.
I know. I like well what started it was because I used to rip all those beats off of YouTube and then I'd put them in GarageBand, make songs, and then I would send like
Yeah.
them to Snap like my 50 Snapchat friends. And I'd be like, okay, here's the song I'm working on, and then I'd like people would send me the fire emojis back. I mean, they're gassing me up, whatever. I don't like half of it's true, half of it's fake. I don't even care. It's fun. It's all just funny memories to me.
Yeah.
But I know like some of those times too, it's like someone will tell me they have something going on. This is another one that's sticking out just because I just listened to like Lauren Haas's on your podcast,
Hmm.
and I remember her husband Jake was going down to some meeting in Charleston or North Carolina or something, and he was like getting all excited to present. So like I found my favorite Lil Baby song, and I had that going in the background, and I was doing push-ups, and then I sent him the video after singing along, and I'm like, "You got this! Like you'll crush your big presentation tomorrow." So I don't know, stuff like that's
That's
just
cute.
it's just fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun to be a little hype man sometimes, you know?
For sure. For sure. We all appreciate that. Hopefully you get that back too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, tell the listeners about your music career. You talked a little bit about it, but tell us more.
So let's see. I feel like it was high school. I had an iPad and there was the GarageBand app that was just sitting on it and you could kind of like put some instruments in there or you could go to YouTube and like look for an instrumental like Kanye West type instrumental, Lil Wayne type instrumental, whatever. And I would hold the iPad up to the computer speakers and I would record the beat. And then me and my buddy Teanik, and then there was a handful of us, we would play these beats and then we would record into like we would hold the iPad up because there was like a mic on one side of it. We'd like hold the iPad up and then we would like rap over these beats and we'd send them to each other and it'd be about like high school and soccer games and being mad at each other and funny stuff like that. Like we'd get all our homework done and then we would send these songs to each other at night. And then got a MacBook for college and I had the real GarageBand. So kind of did the same thing. The quality got a little bit better. I mean, I can't sing or play instruments.
Hmm.
So like it was what it was. It was never gonna go like too crazy. It was more just for the funny memories. And
Hmm.
then so that was fun. And like in college, we made songs, but some of my friends they could actually play instruments. So like Alex can play the guitar, he can sing.
Yeah.
Pika can actually like rap pretty well. Like he's kind of got a singing voice or
Hmm.
whatever. You know, Carter, Jason, Mario, these guys they like jump on the intro track and we just recorded them like talking shit or whatever. Like some of it was just funny. And then like T-Mag too, he after a while, like we just started rapping with auto tune on some of these. songs and albums. And then I remember in college, like we just said, hey, we're gonna download all these CDs and we're gonna just give them out to people for free, just for fun. And then people would be like driving around to them. So it was
Mhm.
hilarious. Like the funny story that Lo always tells is I don't know if we were exactly dating at the time, but it was like just at the beginning of when we met. And she had like the second CD that came out, and she like
Mhm.
went all left the CD in her car. Her mom
Yep.
takes her car out to get gas or something like that, and is like, "What are you listening to?" Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking to. I'm like, okay, that's a
I
first
do remember
impression,
she
I
kept
guess.
that CD in her car religiously. So
It's
cute.
all fond memories now, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people have those funny memories. I mean, so, at some point, some of the songs were on SoundCloud, and then yeah, now it's like I still can't play instruments. I can't really sing well. So I found some of these new AI tools. The one that I have been playing with is Suno, and like I can write songs, I can chat GPT lyrics, and then I can like churn out all these different ideas basically, and it'll be like a story that I have or a story somebody told me or someone's like, "Hey, make me a song about a Jeep driving through Cincinnati." Like
Mhm.
there's been a lot of fun that's gone along with it, and I've just been churning some of those songs out. I mean, you hit me up and you're like, "Hey, we got this podcast. There might be an open slot at the beginning here if you want to get something going."
Mhm.
And this is the fun fact is I'll make some of these songs while I'm like at Planet Fitness on the treadmill walking or like on the
Yeah.
Peloton just riding super
Uh-huh.
slow. And I'll just be like sitting there on my phone typing lyrics, da 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 da. And I'm like, Audrey, I think I got some magic. And then
Literally. It was like within like minutes. It was insane. So yeah, if you guys are wondering where my intro came this season, you're looking at the guy now, or you're listening to the guy now. It's all Gage. So yeah, that was really cool. And I should let you know, I've gotten quite a few compliments about the intro song. So
it's fun.
look at you go. I
It's a
know.
fun
I
track.
know. What did I say? I said I wanted something like poppy, like or like upbeat, like
Yeah,
whatever,
dreamy.
and a little like daydreamy if we could do that. And that was all I gave Gage, and we got this song. So
Yeah.
magic.
It worked. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to make too. Like that's the best is when someone's like, "Oh, I want you to make this or make that." Or I mean, I've sent plenty of songs to, Mario, Bavesh, Coob. Some of these guys, they'll be like, "Yeah, that's not it." I'm like, "You're right. That's not
Okay.
it." And I'm like, I'll make
Yeah.
another one. I'll make another one. So yeah, it was good. It was totally fun and good during the winter, and then now as it's gotten a little bit warmer, I mean, I love being outside. So
Hmm.
and nice to like do that. And I've still made a couple songs here and there, but it's definitely slowed down. Now I'm outside golfing, playing some
Yeah.
tennis. I'm ready for pickleball season. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Well, I feel like
good.
adults, I mean, like, I feel like I say this every week on the podcast, but like adults need hobbies. I get like with kids and things, like it's probably the last thing you could do. So, like, fair. But to just work all day or to do chores, just kind of like take care of your house, take care of your life, and then maybe watch TV or for me, like rot on TikTok. That's great. That's fine. Like, that is relaxing. It's whatever. But I know I've gotten so much fulfillment or more joy when I've just tried new hobbies, tried new things, like kept doing whatever. So I feel like this is maybe not a maybe hobby is a bad way to describe it for your life, but like just something that you've always had an interest in that is a fun way to like disconnect, use your hands or just like kind of be a little creative and use a different part of your brain, which is so fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no shortage of hobbies, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there aren't enough hours in the day. I feel like I say it all the time. I'm like, and I love to sleep too. That's the other thing. It's like I love to be awake and I love to sleep. There's just not enough hours to do all these things.
Always
Like,
finding the balance between your two
yeah,
favorite things.
I know. And like work's fun too. Lo and I spending time together and eating dinner together most nights. Like all that stuff is great. We love when the weather gets warmer too to be able to walk the like East Row of Newport. I
Hmm.
mean the houses and now all the leaves are on the trees. So it's like our favorite time of year, honestly, before it's too dang humid. Because
Yeah.
Cincy, I mean it just gets like 80 degrees and you feel like you're walking with
Gross.
a sweater on or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there's so many fun things to do and I don't know, I hope people can like spend more time finding what they enjoy doing and actually spend some hours on it. some
Mm-hmm.
people it's like while they're working too. Like they get lost in spreadsheets or designing
Mm-hmm.
some cool social media post or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of things you can get lost in. I mean, I feel like you and I talked a bit about that too. I'm like, I love editing this music. Half the fun is just editing the music and this and that. I'm sure
Yeah.
half of the fun for you with the pod was like, okay, how do I figure out how to upload it to all these streaming services and what are
Mm-hmm.
the technologies to have? I mean, did you go like was that fun for you, like the figuring it out part, or is it more fun like talking to all your friends now? Like it's probably both, right?
Yeah. My relationship to all of it has changed so much. So I don't know when I technically started podcasting, but I think it was like 3.5 years ago. But it's something that I wanted to do. Like I have a distinct memory of driving back from Virginia Tech, go Hokies, with Rory and Rachel Katz. And I remember just like that's when I first started getting into podcasts. And I was like, this is like so cool to me that you can just do this. And other people can hear it or whatever. But I was so scared. Like I couldn't admit that. I could barely admit it to myself that it was something I was interested in, let alone like tell anyone else. So it took me a long time to even like admit it. But all of that to say, then once I got some courage for it, it was like, ooh, that's interesting. Okay, that's how you upload that. That's how you edit. But I didn't have a good system for any of that. Like the first round of this podcast, it's deleted off the internet, but it was rough. But like you have to your point, like you have to try it. It has to be that challenge or that obstacle. And like that's half the battle, which sometimes is more of a battle than like a fun challenge. But yeah, then once I feel like this most recent version, I found some better tools, which was all like the help that I needed. And yeah, now I can actually enjoy editing. But before it was like the bane of my existence. I hated it. But I got more out of, yeah, having the conversation, like connecting with friends or like maybe doing a social media post or, like figuring all of that stuff out. So, yeah, now that I'm in the groove a little bit more, I have some helpful tools. I enjoy it more, but for a while there, I was just like, I'm just doing this to try it.
No, I mean it's great. Like getting people to I mean everyone listens to podcasts or audiobooks or whatever. So like it's fun for your friends to be able to tune in and hear what you're thinking about, talking about, or what random stories that they were actually also a part of, even if they weren't mentioned in the story, you know?
Hmm.
Like I was listening to some of those with Lauren and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I was there. I thought
Hmm.
that, or I was laughing about certain things in that moment too. And like that's why I think it's good too, because you have people that probably text you out of the blue or come on this pod and tell you that like, oh, they shared that memory or oh, it made me think of something so funny. Like I can't wait to talk about it. That's the same thing with the
Yeah.
songs with
Hmm.
me. Like I got a text today, Tori Beth and Peter. They're like
Yeah.
going on a road trip and they send me a screenshot of the song Hidden Roads and I'm like and they're like ready to road trip and I'm like, let's go. I
It is. It's those
don't
things that
know,
like,
little things.
yeah, they're such a gift. Like, yeah, I don't know. This little thing that I like put out, and first of all, people take the time to listen, even if you're like one of my best friends or like my mom or something like that. It just means a lot to me that anyone even does that. But yeah, but to then get the memory or like, oh my God, I was laughing my ass off, or like Rachel sends me photos of her and Vivian listening to it. They're like catching up on this week's episode of Audrey's
Yeah.
World. And I'm like, oh my God, my like bestie and her daughter are listening, like just while they're out and about or having playtime or something. Like, that's insane. It's just like such a gift that I feel like it's fun to hear from people. It's interesting to hear what their memories are, or just to like be able to have that moment between us. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So I love that you have that
It's
too
special.
with
That's why it can
music.
be so fun to create. Like there's just more memories. I mean, a lot of like the sad part is memories die with people, you know? So
Hmm.
some things are never said or never heard about ever again. So with some of this technology or social media or posts or, group chats that people have, like that's where you can like relive some of those memories, have another great thought, like print something out, put it in your house, start to look at it every day. It
Hmm.
can be something that you end up remembering for a long time. So it's
Yeah.
neat.
It is crazy. So, speaking of your music, I would be remiss if I did not mention this. We have to talk about your room and board release party back in
Okay.
college.
Yeah.
So tell the listeners all about it.
Okay. So we we created an album, and there were people from all the people that I lived with in college. We had this house called the Purple Palace, and it was right around the corner from your house. And so I feel like it might have also been Tyler's wife Hunter's birthday party or something too. I
Like,
remember we like had this poster and put all the title, like all the song titles on it. And there's a fun photo of like me, T-Mag, Pika standing in front of it. But we had a party invited. I don't know how many people would fit over there in those houses, 120, 130, who knows. But
nice.
I feel like there was always some version of like Purple Jungle Juice because we had the Purple Palace. And then yeah, we started we started the party with the album, and then after that, I think you heard more of the usual party songs. Like I don't know what were the best party songs when we were in school. It was like
Oh, I just think
some
of chain smokers.
Akon, oh Chainsmokers, Akon. You would get I want to dance with somebody. Like now we hear some of these things at the weddings, but there were some
Hmm.
like classic college party songs too that
Yeah.
I feel like just always came. Oh, I don't even think Lo was at that party, honestly. She missed that one, I believe. That was
Dang.
just, only certain people made it to certain events, but yeah, that was funny.
Exclusivity.
We had some good times. So,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
good. Oh,
Like college is so, I mean, I have so many memories. It was so fun. That's how you met Lo. Like, how magical, how amazing. What a just like time of life. It's very fun to think back on, and I'm so glad we had those times, but I think college now is so different. We were
yeah.
sending out Facebook invites to go to those parties, and then we would just have like this random dude from your chem class like coming in, and you're like, how did you know about this? Like, why are you in my house right now? Or things like that. Like, it was so wild and random, and I'm sure that still happens, but it was just like, I don't know,
No, that was our
crazy.
era, the
That
Facebook
was our
invite
era.
here. I
But
know.
my favorite party was the graduation week when we did the Italian wedding between both of our houses. That one, like when I think of college, that is the best party that we ever had. And it was everything I needed and more.
There were some magical moments. I don't know. We should write a book.
Yeah,
Or maybe it just
yeah,
lives in these podcast stories.
for sure. For sure.
A lot of good people. Like when you get the right people together, it's so fun. I mean, we've gotten to enjoy that at a lot of these weddings too. I mean, all these same people getting on the dance floor, talking about what their life's been like since school. Man, what we graduate 2017. I mean, 9 years. It's going by quick, huh?
I know. I
But
know.
it
It
seems
makes
like
me feel old,
I
but
know,
it's true.
I know. It seems like all like good things. I mean, obviously everybody's going through different stuff, but to see so many people that we know just like I don't know if you want to call it battling or moving on or evolving, the people that we were surrounded with and still keep in touch with, I mean, I'm amazed by it when I think about it. I mean, I sit and think about it all the time, and it's like, gosh, I'd call one of these people every day if I had enough hours.
Hmm.
People I do keep up with and hear the stories through all the others, it's like amazing when you find out what somebody's doing or what they've been up to or what keeps them up at night. I mean, I love just hearing about what's unique with each person. I don't know, you can never know everything about people, but a lot of our friends are really open and like to share like what's going on with their lives and make you feel a part of it. So
Yeah.
we're lucky. We're lucky people. I know everybody doesn't have such a huge friend group like we do and still keep in touch with, so I try to cherish it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. We are very lucky. There's a lot of good friends that we've met and who like obviously overlap between us two. And it's like, it's just so special and so amazing. And I have two questions stemming off of that thought. First of all, I feel like you and Lo are at this point professional wedding guests. I think Lauren said you guys have been to like over 50 weddings in the last,
9 years, whatever you
yeah,
want to call it. Yeah.
s- insane. So I joked. I told Lauren, I was like, so like if I ever get married one day, you and G will just be like ghost in the back, like you're just over it.
No, we still definitely have fun at everybody's wedding, and it's like such an honor every single time to get invited. So many people made the like big trip out to ours, and people have been there for us for so many different memories. And we've just had a lot of people that we kept in touch with or have gone to dinners with or seen some of their kids grow up, and we just love like one of our favorite things. I mean, a lot of my family lives in the Northeast. Only get there a couple times, and the family's kind of spread out, so it is harder to like keep up with and be able to make some of those memories there, just because I mean, Cincinnati to Boston area is like 13 to 15-hour drive. So a lot of the people out here who've, been raising their kids or have the Saturday soccer games or anything like that, like those are the people we spend time with because it's like, oh, we can show up to something in 20 minutes or,
Yeah.
have dinner, have family dinner or whatever, barbecue on a Sunday or Super Bowl at Kev's. I mean, you name it.
Hmm.
Like it's all within striking distance. So it's been real easy for us to stay out here and feel loved and feel like we have community just because there are all these people around and we've made a life of it, but we definitely can't make it to everything. So, I mean, yeah, we've made it to that many weddings, but I mean, there are plenty of things that we haven't been able to make it to as well. So, I mean,
Hmm.
like deep down in our hearts, we always want to try to get to all the things that we can, and we
Yeah.
plan and we save and we, you know, load up the calendar and make some sacrifices to be able to go and do those things. But seeing like, people walk down the aisle or be with their friends or dance with a loved one to their favorite song. I mean, those are the memories you want to have. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of how we went into this decade of life was we wanted to be able to like share those things with people. And if it means living in our little house in Newport for a little longer without a garage and street parking, or I don't know, I walked to work for a lot of years. Lo drove me around to, all the different things that I was had planned during the week. So we did some of those things so that we could go see our friends like when we had the opportunities and could make it work with the schedule. So I mean, we're
Yeah.
always going to try and do that. And it's like when we get invited to something, we really do like think about that first and try to let like the calendar take priority if something's already on it. Is there different levels of excitement across like trips? And I mean, some trips are like so hard to get to and
Yeah.
like logistics, so they all look different.
Hmm.
And is it easier to just say, oh yeah, it's nice to go to all the Cincy weddings because I can sleep in my own bed at night? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they are all special and they're all unique in different ways. So that's the long way of saying, like, whenever your wedding is, we'll be there and, and we'll have fun. I mean, we try to tear it up on the dance floor, like wherever we're at. Just want to share those memories with people. Like, that's what it
Yeah.
boils down to.
It's great that that's your perspective of it just being like, what an honor to be invited. These are our friends. These are memories we can make, how we can show up for our people or they can show up for us. Cause I do feel like sometimes that gets lost on me when we are in the middle of like planning the logistics of how to get there, or it's like another, I don't know, gobs of money just like spent on that. I feel like sometimes that's more of like where I get caught up in it. But at the end of the day, you're right. I mean, I have not been to as many weddings as you guys, but it is like so fun to have the time with your friends or family or whomever and to be able to show up and be there for them and have that, like how sentimental and how amazing. So I love that that's more of your priority and your perspective going into these versus anything else that it might be. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like too much of a good thing, You got to watch out for that. Like, but with some of these trips, it could be one of the last times or one of the few times you actually get to like spend with some of these people. If they
Fair.
move across the country or, you never know what's gonna happen. So that's why it's good to just try and prioritize whether it's phone calls or small trips or maybe it is the occasional like, big wedding trip or girls trip or boys trip, whatever it may be. Just trying to do some of that stuff, even if you can't make it. I mean, I try to
Mhm.
do some of those things or ask how it was right after, like even if I couldn't go to something, like it's just fun to hear people talk about something fun that they did. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I get a kick out of that. Like, I mean, like I said, I like to listen to a podcast here and there, or read books, or watch Netflix. But my favorite thing to do is call people on the phone. I mean, everybody pretty much knows that about me. When I was walking to work, I was on the phone every morning with my dad. And now that I'm driving to work every morning, my dad's walking. I'm on the car. We talk every morning. And then on the way
Yeah.
home, it was like, all right, which friend am I going to call and see what they're up to? And now it was walking before, now it's driving home. So if anyone's ever in traffic as well at like, I don't know, between 5 and 7 Eastern time, let me know. I
Give
can
G a
add you.
call.
But I mean, and like low, like we like to go for walks at nights too. So I mean, half the time we'll be walking, she's walking next to me, and she's like, "Who do you want to call?"
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
gets a kick out of me just keeping up with friends and family, and I don't know, we have fun doing that, or sitting and listening and hearing people talk about what they have going on. So
Yeah.
that's like you probably feel similarly with doing the podcasts and asking people the questions and hearing what they have to say. I mean, it's probably a very similar experience for you, and it makes it so fun if that's what you find
Yeah.
fun.
Definitely. Definitely. I have to hear you talked about it a little bit that your family's in like the Northeast Boston area, but what was it like growing up in the Cape, in Cape Cod? Like, I grew up in rural Ohio. Literally, to get to my house, you crossed a cornfield. Like,
Hmm.
I did not like that. I always like whatever, wanted something different than that. It was great, be its own thing, just to highlight that. But I was always like fantasizing of what life outside of Ohio would look like. And to me, Cape Cod would be like so dreamy, so magical, so cool. But what was it like for you?
Yeah, it was definitely different than I think what people would read about or go on Instagram and see. But like it can be the way that everyone thinks about it in small doses, I'll say. To grow up there, I mean, I grew up in a super small town, so like the Cape is flooded with people in the summertime. But like the town I grew up in was like between 7 and 10 people, like year-round people. So I grew up in a small town too, like not
Yeah.
too different than you in a small town or Low in a small town or anybody out Ohio, and everybody thinks of the it's like every house is on the beach, and that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. Like my parents, their house backs up to woods, so like we had some yard in the back, and like it was a normal house, and we had woods in the back, and I had to mow the lawn and weed whack and all that stuff. I wasn't like raking the sand on the beach from some like waterfront property. So it was an interesting place to grow up. I mean, it felt like really safe, which was good, and it's low key. So like even and I can realize a lot of these things when I go back now. Like we'll go back and it's so quiet. Like you can hear the bugs at night. There's no
Mhm.
like city buzz or it's just so different. Or you sleep with the windows open and there's a breeze and there's like way less humidity. But as far as growing up, like it was a small town. I had like rec soccer, rec basketball. Like I did spring soccer too. And then in the summer I went to like summer camp all summer. So my parents worked. So like I was busy. Like I was catching the bus every day except the weekends, basically. I think there was like 1 week off in the summer, maybe a Christmas week and a spring break week where I was actually like home, but otherwise I was catching a bus to school or I was catching a bus to camp. And so I was busy the whole
Mhm.
time growing up. And I had a fun time. Like it was a blast. I have a lot of great friends still that I keep in touch with from all those years growing up. And I mean, we played all the different sports, like I said, and did that throughout high school. And then we went to college and different places. But a lot of us do try to go back and catch up at the Cape. But I don't know. So I stopped doing summer camp probably like as soon as I could like legally work. Like I probably
Mhm.
started working before that because I was like mowing lawns and things, but I mean, I
Yeah.
started working at the captain's table, like one of my best friends, Eric, his family's restaurant in Chatham. So me, Ev, Eric, we all used to wash dishes and then we would bus tables and they occasionally did some prep cooking stuff. But we started working all those summers and then I don't know, once I turned 18, and we were going to college, I remember I got an internship doing some bookkeeping work at it was like a drive-in movie theater, restaurant, mini golf up in
Cute.
Wellfleet,
Fun.
and then I worked at the wine shop that a lot of our friends know about that I loved to work at, and that place I was the cooler guy, so I was stocking all the beer cave and stocking the wine shelves and everything like that, carrying cases
Fun.
of wine out for people. And then as time went on, they were like, "Hey, you can do some bookkeeping work as well." So that's where I got like the taste for accounting, besides like the high school classes I took, and that's what I was going to college for. So I was like interested in business. Wine industry was fun. My dad's a wine salesman. So I was like, all right, this is interesting. Like we're importing wine. I'm calculating what we're going to sell it for, what the margin's going to be. And then I got to like receive it at a warehouse and then bring it to the retail store and then I'm not even 21, but I'm telling people what wine they would like the most because of all these
Yeah.
stories that the older guys have been saying like 100 times in the summer when they're like, Gage, go get this case, go get that, go get all these different wines. Um, it was fun. I have like such great memories of work. Like I spent all those summers where some people think of the Cape and they're like at the beach or they're
Hmm.
boating or whatever they're doing. I was in the kitchen or I was in the beer cave at the wine shop, and now I go back for like a week in the summer and actually like enjoy it. So
Yeah.
that's like I feel like I put in a lot of that hard work when I was a young kid, but I had fun doing that. Like I always had
Hmm.
fun working, grinding, learning how to deal with people. And a lot of those people were like, hey, as many hours as you want to work, like we'll time and a half you. It was a big help to be able to pay for things in college,
Yeah.
not come out with so many student loans. So that was always how I was thinking about it. And then like going into an accounting field, I was like, I Xavier has 100% job placement. Everybody was always asking like, why the heck would you end up out there? Like, why Cincinnati? I'm like, well, there was a statistic that they had 100% job placement if you got an
That's
accounting
it.
degree.
That's what hooked you?
So it was that. I mean, it was that, and then it was good scholarship money. The other schools in the Northeast were like double. It would have been double the loans.
Hmm.
So I was a practical kid, believe it or not.
Clearly.
So I was like, I want to do that. And then when we went to like accepted students day, I remember like we felt so welcomed and felt like, oh, I could see myself here for 4 years, and then on top of that, meeting all the great friends. I mean,
Hmm.
it was so special, and that's why we've stayed out here. So
Yeah.
long way of saying the Cape is great, but I'm totally in a vacationer there now. Like I like to go and, have a lobster roll or sit at the beach and read a book for a couple days, spend time with family, have dinners, whatever. The occasional backyard lobster boil is good, but really just like enjoy it now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think of it more now as like a vacation zone, but I'm thankful that I got to, make great friends while I was there and people have a fun, common place to go back to now.
Yeah.
So it's neat.
Yeah, it's fun to hear the like reality of life on the Cape versus yes, like what's either in like books or I mean, I got a taste of it for your wedding, but to your point, it was very much the vacation side of it, like first time there, kind of, you know, imagining it in that more like fantasy or vacation sort of way versus the reality of it. But I love that, yeah, at the end of the day, it is just a really small town. Like it seems like you made those great connections and like any small town, you were helping each other out in your different ways or just like looking out for each other, integrated with your neighbors and things. And that's always so special. But yeah, to then be very practical in choosing Xavier. I was wondering too, Xavier, I feel like is very preppy. So I was wondering if that was any like, resemblance of home for you in any way with it. But no, not at all.
No, it was funny. Like my grandfather, he taught at UMass Amherst, and
Hmm.
like when I was a kid, so like the Basketball Hall of Fame's out there, and like I think it's Springfield, Mass. And this is so random. We went to a UMass basketball game when I was a kid, and they were playing Xavier.
That's funny.
And like I remember like that was probably one of the only. I think I went to two college basketball games when I was a kid. I went to that UMass Xavier one, and I went to like a Boston College basketball game.
That's so
And so I
funny.
remember Jared Dudley was playing, and so that was cool to see him because he went pro. But and so like I knew it was a basketball school, so like I knew
Hmm.
there'd be like fun things to do. I was into basketball, and then I saw the campus, and I was like, oh, this looks like an amazing place. But I didn't grow up like going to an Ohio State tailgate or going to any college anything. Like college was an hour and a half away from where
Hmm.
I grew up, so it wasn't like
True.
I knew people went to college, but it wasn't like I spent some weekends like catching a vibe at some football game or anything like that. It was more like I've seen that people in my high school made it into college and they seem like they're doing okay. I could
Hmm.
hopefully do okay.
Hmm.
That was kind of
Yeah.
how it was for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just hoping it would work out, and then when I got there, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit in the library and try and figure this stuff out for a lot of hours.
Yeah, for real. For real. Yeah, that's so interesting. In Ohio, college is everything. Like Ohio State, you have Ohio State. Like my family was hosting football parties for their friends, even though neither of them graduated from Ohio State or like had any like really like affiliation, like college sports, college activities, even though Columbus was like an hour and a half away for us. So even though it was kind of further away and we had no affiliation, like college just still takes over all of life in Ohio.
All of
So
Ohio. Oh my gosh,
all
yeah.
of Ohio.
In Kentucky. I mean, like, everybody's rocking the big blue out here. I
Hmm.
mean, that's just how it is. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. My parents told me not to wear shirts with logos when I was a kid. So, like, I wore like a navy blue shirt and I didn't like jeans as a kid, so I would wear dress pants. And
Hmm.
like, I basically still wear dress pants.
You were
I have
always
a
ready for
couple.
corporate America.
I have like I have like a couple pair of like I don't know. Now they're like softer jeans. I don't even know if they're real jean material, but they look like it, and that's as close as I've been able to get. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
I don't know. It was just different, different things that people like when they're growing up and what they're
Hmm.
exposed to. It's funny.
Yeah, for sure. Makes us who we are. But I'm so curious. So this is Audrey's world, and Audrey's world is very dreamy. Like this is our reality. We got to know Gage, but what's Gage daydreaming of? Before we get there, what's your relationship to daydreaming? Like, do you like to daydream? What does that look like for you? Tell me all about it.
Yeah. So I don't I don't know if I'd call it a downfall, but I definitely am like an idea fountain. So there's a lot of things that cross my mind. And as you know, we live in this world of like social media, all the different ideas, all the AI tools in the world. I mean, you can ask any question now, how to get to here, how to get there, what do you want to do, what do you want to think about, what are all the nuances? Like people have so much more information now. And that, I mean, I felt like I daydreamed before there was all this access to tools and knowledge, and I certainly like daydream more now. Like I mentioned the walks earlier, like you can ask Lo tomorrow, today, whatever. I mean, I'm constantly talking about what the next chapter look like. I try to like I definitely think in terms of like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year increments. And I'm like, all right, like this year can't just like fly by. Like there has to be these fun things that happen, or there has to be these things that we test out. There has to be these people that we see. What do we want to keep constant? What do we want to keep changing? I mean, when I was younger, I definitely would think I always had this fun dream world idea where all our friends build houses in a neighborhood.
Oh,
Like this crew that lives in Cincinnati, like, oh, we
yep.
all have these houses and our parents want to retire to Cincinnati and we build them little guest houses in the back and we build the community, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely had those dream
Oh,
worlds. I
that's the
mean,
best fantasy. Yeah, it's so
yeah,
fun.
like for me, it's being around people I enjoy being around, so it's fun. And then I don't know, it changes over time. Like you realize how many different resources we have or places we like to go. We have friends in Denver, we got friends on the Cape, Florida,
Mhm.
you name it. Is there a way that we could spend more time in those places while probably having like a constant home base here? Just like with how easy it is to travel, can you be open to ideas like that where you spend, 5 weekends a year, this place, that place? And I know that
Mhm.
requires a ton of money to be able to do things like that. So it's more dreaming in reality in a way. I know that sounds weird, but just trying to like picture what life could be like when all these different elements or variables change. Like, is there a kid? Is there a family member you need to go spend time with? Are you stuck to a school system? Do you have to be stuck to some of those things? Are there places you really want to go? I mean, my brain doesn't really shut off that much. Like, I think a lot about business. I like, thinking how, like, I like putting puzzle pieces together, critical thinking, you name it. And that's fun for me. But I also, the people that I'm around, I want that to be fun for them too. And you can't
Yeah.
really live somebody else's life for them. So the best you can do is just talk to people about the things that they like and meet them where they want to be met, doing the things that they enjoy. That I know enjoy doing the things I already like to do. So it makes it real easy. But then you can do a quick trip up to Chicago to eat hot dogs with Oddrey. You can go out to Denver and go out to the ski mountains with Ev. You hop to the Cape and have a boat ride with Roby. I mean, there's like, handfuls of these different people and places that I like to go and make those memories with. So I feel like the dream world is just continuing to feel adaptable and feel like you can say yes to things. That's what makes me happy, as
Hmm.
opposed to saying like, oh, just say yes and then we'll figure it out after. I mean, I like to put ourselves like in a situation where we can just say yes to some of those ideas, or
Mhm.
maybe we can't, or that's going to take 2 more years. So we try not to get like sad in the moment about anything we can't do, but we do like to dream about how we could get there in a year or two, or if it's a fun trip to Europe or wherever it might be. So
Yeah.
we definitely like to like plan things out and dream about what those things might look like. But it's all stuff that doesn't have to happen tomorrow.
Hmm.
It can be a slow burn. Enjoying the road is like the key from what I've figured
For
out.
sure.
So like figuring out how to get up every day and be excited and have a fun thing that happened or whatever that could be. That's what definitely keeps me going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
does your dream world like does it have any essence of that, or is it I'm on an island and I'm chilling, feet up, or is it
It's so
what's it like now for
interesting.
you?
Well, I now started asking like what's your relationship to daydreaming and what does it look like? Because so many of these episodes it's different than how I do it. So I was like, "Oh my God, I never knew people like thought like that or whatever." I am horrible at 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, like all of that. Like you start to put a time frame around it, and I get so squeamish, and I'm like, no, no, I can't. Like
Yeah.
I can't. But I like how you think about that, and it's like you can actually make some real changes, maybe. Because I'm like, for myself, I'm like, oh, I'd love to like do that in a year or whatever, and then I get a little squeamish or like nervous that it has to happen within like 365. So I tried, maybe I should daydream a little bit more like that so I can make applicable changes and like actually have it happen. I don't know. But yeah, my daydream is a little bit more like ideal scenarios. Yeah, that sort of thing. Or it's like, okay, so if this is happening now, like, wouldn't that be so cool? Or like, what's the absolute like dreamiest version of that? It's not real because it's in my head and I'm daydreaming, but it is. I feel like I didn't realize how much I daydream, and that's been interesting for me too, to just kind of recognize maybe how often I am talking with a friend about, like, I was just chatting to Mo this morning about like getting engaged and things, and we were like talking about weddings and stuff, and it's just like, oh my God, like even with friends, I'm kind of daydreaming or like, okay, well, you said you want to do this. So what about this? Or, like maybe that's more solution oriented, but it is a form of daydreaming, I feel like at the same time too. So yeah, it looks like yours, but it's a little different too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of us, like the hard part with the world now is like we all like measure success regularly or relentlessly. And
Yeah.
so what does that look like? Is it money? Is it the people I spend my time with? Is it the trips? Is it the Instagram posts? Is it, what is it? So it can be overwhelming too. And it can be like, okay, I have this year ahead of me, or I've got these four bad things that just happened. Like, how am I going to get there? And
Mhm.
sometimes that can be just like so difficult to put in perspective. But what I've realized is you got to think about yourself first. Like one of my favorite quotes is just you want to make yourself the best version of you so you can give yourself the best version of you to all the people that are around you. And like when you can do that, you can just bring so much more happiness to other people, and then it's just snowballs. Like you see that person laughing and telling a story. You see the next person wanting to give that like sharing or caring or charity, whatever it may be, to the other person. And that's why I think it's great when people make time to just tell people those things, because half the time I'm talking to somebody, we're daydreaming about like some cool business idea or whatever
Yeah.
idea it might be. It might be about families or vacations in 10 years or retirement. I don't know. We'll dream about it all, but
Hmm.
half of those ideas don't happen. And you have to be like okay with saying, okay, I had those 10 ideas, and laugh about it after and be like, hey, I've moved on to like the next idea and I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. Some people have a tough time with that and they're like, oh, I had this idea and it didn't pan out and I feel like a failure, which I think is so sad. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like to enjoy the moments with people too. When
Hmm.
I sit and scroll like anybody else, I mean, I don't know how you like stop doing that with all the information that we have now, because
Yeah.
for us, we're just trained on how do we think about opportunities? How do we evaluate all that's going on? How do we put ourselves in a good position? How do, there are all these how-tos, and a lot of it is for our own selves to find that success, and we don't know what it's going to be like. I mean, at the end of the day, we still have what we've already done 30, 31 years. Like, we're going to do this two more times.
Yeah.
And there's all this information out there now. I
Yeah.
mean, I just feel like it's hard not to daydream and plan and try different things when there really are all these things that we have access to now. I mean, we're
Hmm.
super fortunate in that sense.
For sure. Yeah. I think to your point, like it is really easy to maybe compare yourself to what you're seeing online or like measure yourself to some like insane version of what you think success is or like yeah, just comparing yourself with it. But there's so many resources where you can either try it out or just explore what that could look like, get into the fantasy a little bit more or like try to plan out to maybe better set yourself up for that daydream whenever it can happen. But yeah, it's easy to compare yourself to those things and then to not try something out because you're like, "Oh, well, I tried it one time," or like, "I wouldn't be able to do it successfully," or like they would or whatever. And like I know that happens to me and I it's like not great. So I don't know. I still just want people to try things out, to not be afraid and to not compare yourself to like people on the internet or people who you don't even know. Like you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. It could be miserable or whatever, but that's a whole different thing. But because that can be the reality sometimes, and that's like a little sad, a little scary. We don't love that. I like to end things off with a small win. So something that you did in your reality that was maybe like trying something new, something that was a good challenge, or you're just like, oh my God, I don't know. That was a kick ass day at work yesterday. I really left leaving on a good note. Anything like that? Any small wins?
So on Thursday night after work, I joined a golf league, which I'd never done. Like, I never really did competitive golf, like in any kind of cadence. Last year I had played in a couple like for fun tournaments with friends, but yeah, I got out there with my buddy Brandon and we actually won against the other
Whoa.
team that we were playing against. So that was fun. I mean, I feel like everyone was confused when I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick up some golf clubs at age whatever, 29, 30."
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a hard one to learn. And instead,
Yeah.
I went out there like probably close to like 100 times last year and took lessons and I don't know, dedicated as much time as I could that Lauren would allow out there. And then what it's turned into though is just with a lot of these hobbies and wanting to get good at something, it requires either a lot of time or a lot of money or a little bit of both, but you have to do it regularly to just figure out how you can get better at something. And that's kind of what was fun. I
Hmm. Yeah, it's all about the process of it. Like, yeah, it's not about the end product. I mean, when the end product is like shiny and nice and you can win a golf tournament or like finally compete and like do well and win, like, yeah, that's the shiny end product. But it took the 10,000 hours or whatever it took to get there. And along the way, you had some challenges, some hardships, but some things that kept you coming back. And yeah, you just got to for sure keep at it, keep trying. But I love it. Congrats. What a great win for you. I love that, Gage.
Thank you. Yeah, so with your podcast, obviously you're going at these weekly episodes, you're hitting up your friends. Like, can you just tell me a little bit about, you probably reached out to some people and they're like, "Hey, I can't do it," or "I've got this going on." So I'm
Yeah.
just curious, like I know you have probably some goals or you'd love one episode to take off or one episode to do something insane or you have some cool conversation that leads you towards some other path, but I don't know. Will you just tell me, like, are there handfuls of people that said, "Yeah, I can't do it," or "I'd feel uncomfortable," and why do you keep going?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the amounts of no's I get to be a guest, like it's every week. It's all the time. And I get it. I mean, like sometimes people just don't love the sound of their voice and like they just don't want to do it or they don't have the time right now or it's just like that's so scary. Other people who would like hear me or something like that and like I get it. It's not for everyone. So yeah, people say no all the time. That's just a part of it. And I knew that going into it. My expectation was never not everyone would say yes. My goals with it now, I'm trying to be way more realistic about it. And I more so care about the process of it and not the end product of like how many views it gets or something, because I used to be that way, and like there's nothing I can do with the algorithm, who shares the episode, who talks about the episode, like who hits subscribe or follow, or like whatever you're supposed to do to like get more traction or whatever. Like I have no control over like who does that or anything. So I care more about like, yeah, was it a fun conversation? Like if someone maybe text me after it, like that was the best, or oh my God, I listened and these are the memories that now came up from it. That's more of what I care about now. And I kind of just joke with myself that like if I get 2 views on the podcast, I'm happy. Like that's cool. I'm good with that these days. So yeah, I tried to shift my mindset a little bit to like not care about getting a certain amount of views or like getting certain traction. And it's more just like, is the process of it fun? Am I enjoying it? Do I get a cool conversation and maybe some text after? Like, great. That's awesome. That's more than I could expect.
That's the way to do it. And two, you kind of like you carved out your lane, like you're gonna have fun talking about what somebody dreams about, That's fascinating to you. So I think it's so neat because I think there's other things that you'll uncover through these conversations and you'll be like, I never really thought about that much, but so and so just started talking about it, and maybe chapter 2 of this podcast or like the 15-minute offshoot side conversation. So I think you'll end up uncovering things that and probably take this in directions that you didn't think you would, which will make it even more fun. So that's what I try to do too, is like, okay, realize that I'm having fun doing this. I'm doing this today, but the version of having fun with it in a year or 2 or 5 or whatever, it can be different and
For
not
sure.
be so hung up on like it has to look like this every single day for me to be happy and getting like so much fun out of it. Some things can be like that for sure. Like I know going to McDonald's, it's always going to taste the same. And that, that McDouble with the ketchup only coming out piping hot in Bellevue, Kentucky. I mean, with a little small
It's the
fry next
best
to
one.
it, it's going to taste the same every time and I'm going to
Or
love
the
it.
one in St. Mary's is going to be extra better
Exactly.
than
St.
compared to my
Mary's,
daily route.
that's number one McDonald's in Ohio, St. Mary's. Let's go. So you just have to find those things that will be the same and that you can enjoy, or whatever those conversations are with people, will always like light them up. But I'll be curious what other like routes you take this to, challenge yourself and find other things that people are fascinated to talk about too. I feel like, there's so much different opportunity out there for you.
Well, thanks, Gage. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Okay,
Yeah.
but now that we have to talk about it, you have to share with the listeners. This is how we'll wrap up the episode. I feel like this is the most Gage way, and I love it. What are your rankings for McDonald's? Side note to all the listeners. 2 years ago, maybe at Rachel Lutz's lake house, so you can listen to Rachel's World or Fox Now, Rachel Fox Now. So sorry. Um, we were in the bunk room, and Gage has a running list of the top McDonald's, but that is how I fell asleep listening to Gage's list of McDonald's rankings. So he loves McDonald's so much that he and Lauren's engagement photos also were like in McDonald's themed clothes, if I recall correctly. So McDonald's is a huge theme in Gage's life, and we're wrapping up with his list of top locations.
So Travis Scott, he had this like collab with McDonald's called like the Cactus Jack McDonald's collabs, and there were these shirts that say "You deserve a break today." So Lauren and I, we did our engagement photos in like normal clothes for engagement photos on the beach running, but then the second version was with the "You deserve a break today" t-shirts, and we're running down the beach with those
Holding
McDonald's
hands.
with those McDonald's shirts. Okay, so a couple fun facts about McDonald's. My list, obviously, it can only be McDonald's that I've been to. Here are just a couple random shout outs. We've got the one that I love to go to that's in Bellevue, Kentucky, always piping hot fries, really good, always nice in the drive-through. The St. Mary's one, also elite. Like, I feel like we always have to drive that way for some reason. And Kevin's wife, Caitlin, she's from that area, so we're always like, oh, we'll stop in same areas, and then it's like a fun little bit that we just talk about. There was another McDonald's like in New Bedford, Mass. I think it had a fish tank in it, so that one sticks out. Man, all like McDonald's is just so special. There are some people that I used to work with that'll talk to me about how many points they have in their McDonald's app. Recently, there was the CEO, Chris K, taking like a little nibble of the big arch, and then that
Yeah.
went viral. And I felt bad for him. I follow him on LinkedIn. I love Chris K. But I don't know. I know McDonald's is not like the healthiest thing to eat or whatever. I've had McDonald's in Switzerland. It tasted weird. And it was like way overpriced and took forever. But like it's so darn good, and it's like a life staple. If
Hmm.
if you ever like grew up having it. I mean, the
For
Happy
sure.
Meals, all the different collab meals are fun. I love going to get a little bit of McDonald's, and the price is right. I mean, you can be out of
Yeah.
there full-ish for a couple hours for like $6, $7.
Yeah. It's such a American staple. And it's so nostalgic. Like, yeah, everyone, well, not everyone, because I'm just now hearing more and more people who like never had McDonald's before because their parents like didn't want that for them. And I'm like, that's tragic. So many nights a week, both my parents worked. We were getting Taco Bell or McDonald's for dinner and like scarfing it down in the back seat. Like, incredible, amazing. It's nostalgic, it's budget friendly, and like it's good. It's shitty for you, but it's good, so who cares? That's what life's about.
And there were those crazy Ronald McDonald statues like sitting on
Yeah.
benches. Do you remember those as a kid?
Oh yeah.
This is like it's iconic. It's
Peak
just iconic.
90s, peak 90s, peak early 2000s. Iconic moves only from McDonald's. So incredible.
Absolutely.
Gage, thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me on, and I
Yeah,
can't wait to see what feedback you get and where this goes.
perfect. I will have you know, in every single episode, you are credited with the music.
Check the albums
Gage
on
O.
iTunes and Spotify. Let's go. Run it up.
Rip it. Rip it. Well, ta-da. I feel like I just have to say ta-da. That was the episode. What are we thinking? Did we learn something? Did we enjoy? Honestly, I'm still just thinking about how interesting growing up in the Cape has to be, because I do think a lot of people have like a version of it in their head that they think is probably what it's like. Yeah, the huge mansion on a beach, or like very preppy life, very like, I don't know, I'm thinking of a bunch of movies and books that take place there. Shout out to all the girlies. You might know this movie, Summer Catch. Shout out to Rory. I did not know this movie before Rory, but Summer Catch, if you haven't watched it, takes place in Gage's hometown. And like, that's the fantasy I had of what living and growing up in the Cape was like. Obviously, I was wrong. But yeah, I post the conversation. That is what I'm thinking of, like the stark differences and how interesting it would be going into a conversation with someone knowing that's what they're kind of thinking about your hometown or the area you grew up in, and your reality of it being so different. I mean, you could probably say that about anywhere. Like growing up in Ohio, yes, I paint it to be this picture of like cornfields and cows, like whatever, but that was not the case. It was much different than that. So that has been what I've been noodling on after. But I just love his perspective on the weddings and the way that you can show up for your friends, staying in touch, creating that community, keeping up with your community. It's such a privilege to be able to do that. And maybe you'll support Gage too in checking out Gage O on iTunes, Spotify. Check out the vibes. Maybe you'll hear a little bit more of some of those stories he was talking about through his music. Or maybe it'll just be your new bot for starting your road trip. And just a big thank you for supporting me, tuning in. If you would like to continue to support even more, XOXO, love you for that. You can like, rate, review, subscribe, or follow wherever you listen. I'm on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. So you can do all of that there. You could also follow me on social media. Go to Instagram. You can follow me at _ Oddrey's World, ODDREY. And I'm also on TikTok too, where you can follow me at Oddrey's World, ODDREY. So check it out. And I will have another dazzling guest on for next Tuesday. So catch you then. Love ya.